Time. Come on, come on. All right. So I'm back at it again. I'm trying out a new camera today. I got to say that from the beginning. So if the camera dies or whatever, I got a quick way of getting it back on. I'm trying not to Teddy Riley myself. Okay. So who I got going on today? I've got our brother Lamar Allen of LaMarvelous Balloons, and he does a lot of dope stuff. So we're going to talk about the things that he does and his business and all that stuff. All right. So here we go. What's up? So I'm back on it again, and let me just cut straight to the chase. I want to introduce a young man who I met a couple years ago at in Nashville, and I really admire his business acumen. I really admire the things that he does. I promote his stuff as whenever I can. I'm not getting paid to do that. I'm just doing it because of the love that I have for his work and everything like that. So let's go ahead and add on that dude, Lamar Allen. What's
Hey,
good, man?
hey, what's going on, Otis?
Hey, man. It's you tell me, man. What's good with you? How was your day going?
Quarantining and chilling. It's been a crazy day. It's been a crazy day. I've been looking forward to the interview though, but we here, so
Yeah, we are here. We are here. You know, I, when I decided, hey, who should I bring on next? I said, okay, Lamar Allen of LaMarvelous Balloons. He is branding the hell out of himself right now. I think he's got really good business skills. I think he's got a really great personality, and his work and his clients and the reviews that I see on the stuff that he's done reflects that. So I just want to say, thank you for coming on and joining us and everything like that.
yes,
Um, and no problem, no problem. So tell me, tell the others, tell other people, tell
yeah.
them about yourself, man. What are you all about?
Yeah, well, for those of you who are watching, I'm Lamar Allen, native of Detroit, Michigan, now here in Nashville. I own LaMarvelous Balloons, where it's our mandate to fascinate. We specifically specialize in professional balloon decor, whether it's indoor or outdoor events.
Hmm.
I also work full time in finance for Caterpillar Financial in their management trainee program. And I'm a Fisk University alumnus. That's actually where we met, too, right,
Hmm.
Otis?
At
Yeah.
Fisk, because I was doing some photos for Fisk University, and
Right.
I think it was like some business leaders, or it's kind of like the Mr. Fisk and Miss Fisk and
It was for
their
SGA.
entire cabinet. Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep, 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 yep. That's what I was doing the some work for them, and I met Lamar, and he was pretty nice guy. Then I found out that he's gonna do Sigma and everything like that, and I said, okay,
You know,
okay, let's go ahead and celebrate this young man. He's doing his thing.
appreciate it.
So, hey, no problem, no problem. So, talk to us about what got you into doing the business that you're doing.
Sure. So it actually goes back a long time ago. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always had this love for balloons.
Hmm.
And I remember my grandma, she would always take me, my brothers, like we would just go to the dollar store
Hmm.
and she let us get a toy or something. So I wasn't getting a toy. Like I would get a bag of balloons, and I would take them home. I blow them up, play with them, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's kind of been like a fascinating thing to me ever since I was a kid. And then you fast forward, I got in high school, and there was a local store right up the street from me named
Hmm.
Party on Us. I worked there for about maybe a couple years every other weekend where I learned
Hmm.
more about the balloon business. It was a retail store, but they also did like what I do, like arches, the pillars, the columns, the centerpieces, and stuff like that. And yeah, I graduated from high school, moved to Nashville, got the Fisk, and I'm like, there really isn't. I didn't really see a lot of like no, there was no freshman doing balloon decor. So I'm like, okay, so let me like
Hmm.
tap into this and see how I can, add my razzle dazzle to the campus. So,
Hmm.
I had my first opportunity to do, I think it was like the Miss Black and Gold pageant. And ever since then, it kind of just like took off.
Hmm.
And now it's funny, I started the business at Fisk, and now Fisk is one of my biggest clients, like university clients. So pretty appreciative for that. But yeah, man, it dates all the way back to my childhood, and I kind of just turned that childhood love and passion into a business, and keeping it rolling that way.
Wow. So you saw the need for the business. You saw an avenue that you can get yourself into because no one else is getting into it.
Right. It was a completely dry market. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? There wasn't no one else was doing it, and then I think that was also a way for me to show my uniqueness, in a sense, doing balloons.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, well, he goes here, so let's see what he's about. And I did a few little free things here and there to get my name out there, and then that's how the
Hmm.
word got out about the Miss Black and Gold pageant, and I got that was
Hmm.
like my first hired like real gig.
Hmm.
I was like, okay, I can do this. So ever since then, I've been doing their pageants every year now, and as well as like other little Fisk events and things that are going on the campus. So,
Hmm.
yeah, man, it's been pretty cool since then.
That's excellent, man. So, I'm sure others have come to you and asked, hey, how do I start this business? So let's share that answer. How do you start a small business like that for those who are checking it out?
Yeah. So if you're wanting to get into balloon decor, I would start by saying invest in your education. When I started, I wish I would have known some of the things that I knew back then, as far as like how to price my work, how to properly market my work. When I started, I was marketing my work, on my personal pages. I didn't have business, so
Hmm.
business page or anything like that. I was
Hmm.
doing whole events for like $60. You know what I'm saying? Like I was selling myself short. So
Hmm.
really invest. I would say start by investing in your education. Go to a balloon convention. There are conventions out there. There are classes that people take to learn how to price their work, to learn how to actually do the work. If you want to build a technique, I know that we have YouTube videos and a lot of different videos that are out there that are for free that you can watch. But I really
Yeah.
think when you invest in your business and you invest in your education by getting out there and getting a hands-on feel with some of the work, and really learning how to price and how to market at the forefront, then you could really be successful. I like I said, I was starting low. I was starting real low,
Hmm.
and that turned into a challenge for me when I started to take the business really serious. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of hard moving into another market because it's like, well, you were doing events for 30, $60, or you were doing
Hmm.
this much, and now you want to charge. It's like,
Yeah.
what's up? So
What what gave you that? What gave you that? I need to take this serious. What was that moment like?
I wasn't making no money. I remember I was looking at, my financials, because so let me put it this way. When I was in college, I'm
Hmm.
in college. I'm making money on the side. I just need some money, to get me through.
You felt rich for a little bit, like, man, I'm making some
It,
money. I'm good.
it felt like it, yeah, and
Hmm.
then I did work study. I was I worked too. So I'm like, I'm cool.
Hmm.
But when I got out of school and I started working and all that, and I kind of took a break from the marvelous.
Hmm.
I was only doing events where people asked me,
Hmm.
and that's when I was like, I kind of can't charge the same. Like I was starting to network with some other professionals, and I'm like, y'all charging what for that? And I'm
Hmm.
charging this. You know what I'm saying? And I would be like, whoa, I've got to get
Hmm.
it together. And I wasn't taking my finances seriously as far as like the profit margin and
Hmm.
looking into the overhead cost and
Hmm.
really factoring in, how much do the supplies cost, how much time does it take me to make this stuff, and then
Hmm.
price. I used to feel like I used to feel pressured to give a price right then and there instead of allowing 24 hours for me to quote you, what I'm saying,
Hmm.
properly, just stuff like that. So, yeah, I started realizing I'm not really making any money off of this, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, Lamar, we've got to get out of this mentality of running LaMarvelous like a side hustle, if that makes sense.
Yes, hey, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Oftentimes when necessity comes, that's when you start to need the change in your business.
Right.
And you're echoing the same things that were said before by some other small business owners, where some you still have to have a means of income to take care of
Right.
yourself, because bills don't stop even though you want to start being an entrepreneur.
True. This is very
Bills
true.
do not stop.
They don't stop even during this pandemic.
This is true. This is this is
So
very true.
yeah, man, I was like, we have got to get to a place where I need to make things more streamlined. I need
Hmm.
to switch up my marketing a bit. Um, and really get serious about this, especially if I want to attract the type of clients that I want, because I like to go for it's like some corporate clients,
Hmm.
some hitting clients that are scoring me big leads.
Hmm.
But my corporate clients are not paying me, you know what I'm saying, by Cash App. My corporate clients are not paying me, by they're paying by check, they're paying by, PayPal if there's a
Hmm.
system in place. So I have to really get into the business. Okay, we need to figure out this process and really kind of get this going so that we can attract those type of clients that we want. So,
Excellent,
yeah.
excellent. So, talk to us about some challenges that you met initially in the beginning of your of LaMarvelous.
Yeah. Well, one, I actually, yeah, I'll go back. I kind of used to be nervous to introduce myself
Hmm.
as a balloon artist because I didn't think people would take me serious.
Hmm.
Um, like you said, you met me when I was in student government at Fisk. I was that type of kid. I was that guy. So I was in student government. I was, sitting on the board of trustees as a student. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Everybody just thought I was going into politics, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yep,
So
yep, yep.
I'm like, all right, so it's like, okay, well, you do what? You run a balloon business? Like, and some people have reacted that way to me. And I'm
Some
like,
people laugh like, "Oh, you do balloon, what are
right,
you? You trying to be a clown or something like
clown,
that?"
right, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
clown or what? And I'm like, no, I'm not a clown. And I've had to correct some people, like, no, no
Hmm.
disrespect to the clowns because they make bank too. But
Hmm.
no, I'm not a clown, but yeah, I used to have a fear of introducing. Now I have no problem, of course. And if you
Hmm.
go on like my social media, even my LinkedIn or whatever, I lead with LaMarvelous. Although I do work full time, in finance, I lead with LaMarvelous because this is my business that I built.
Got
So
it.
you know that's not a problem anymore.
Okay.
Another challenge, which I mentioned earlier, was again shifting into a market that could really help sustain the business. So,
What do you mean by that?
like, actually, like real paying gigs, real paying leads
Hmm.
for clients who are not trying to nickel and dime or oh well, it's just balloons. And then you completely dismiss the fact that there's labor involved, or like
Oh, how much is it just for four balloons? That's all I want.
right, right. And I'm
Yeah,
like, it's not how this works here.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you don't go to a, what do they say? You don't go to a steakhouse and take a steak, and then
Hmm.
well, if I bring my steak, does that make the cost lower? No, you know what I'm saying. So
Hmm.
yeah, I had to shift into that. That was a slightly difficult moment for me last year. Um, I went to my very first balloon convention. I tested for my certification. By the way, there is a certification in this industry called the
Wow.
CBA, which is a certified balloon artist. It's about four. Well, when I tested, it was about 4,000. So I'm pretty sure it's a lot more of them now worldwide. But yeah, I went, tested all of that stuff, and I was taking these classes. And there was a course that I took during the convention
Hmm.
where one of the instructors was saying he kind of challenged the class and said, if you keep charging these cheap prices, or if you keep, if you're not taking account of your numbers,
Hmm.
and so forth, then you are now inviting a market to you that's not going to appreciate what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And when he said that, I just sat back like,
I tell you what, I fully agree with that sort of word that the professor said can be transferable really in a lot of other small businesses.
yeah,
As you know, I'm a photographer, I'm a
right, okay,
videographer. And initially when I started, hey, I'll do your shoot. Let me put me on. Can I have a moment? I had sort of like oh, please pick me sort of mentality
Yep.
versus I belong and I'm good and I'm going to show you that I'm good and I'm going to charge appropriately to show that my skill set.
Boom. Absolutely. Absolutely. I also think that that was probably a defining moment for me too. When he said that, I literally was inspired to go back home, work out a process, and say,
Hmm.
okay, I have great skills. I've been
Hmm.
doing this for a while. I need to charge my worth. So in that moment, it was a little rocky. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Moving from those clients to, trying to elevate. But yeah, now it's like we here. You know what I'm saying? So
It's, it's
yeah, yeah. We weather through the storm, but it's
yeah.
okay. Although I still may have some clients, now who, would try to nickel and dime, or who
Those
would.
aren't the clients for you.
You said
Let's
it again?
those are not the clients that you're marketing to.
Exactly, exactly. And
Hmm.
somebody said before that that's always going to happen,
Yeah.
right? That's always going to happen. So as the entrepreneur, it's your responsibility to learn how to say no. And you know what I'm saying? Just because I noticed there was a time where I used to dwell on that a lot, where I'm so sick of people, not wanting to follow order, or not,
Hmm.
wanting to come to me and, wanted to just get stuff, and I just had to learn how to not dwell on that, say no, and
Hmm.
keep forward. Because if you keep dwelling on that, you're going to eventually become that. Um, so yeah, yeah, I think that was a challenge for me too.
Okay.
Really trying to move and pivot to that market that I want. But now we have multiple corporate clients. You know what I'm saying? And I love it.
Hmm.
And even my job where I work, they support LaMarvelous. They hired me multiple times, and that was scary because I'm like, is this like, what do they call it? Like conflict of interest or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I'm running a whole business, and I'm working.
And you're also working for them as well.
Right.
Yeah.
But the only stipulation is that as long as you're not doing it during the work time, it's fine. But it's fine. Yeah. So I'm thankful for that. Even being able to work where I work and to have them support my business as well. I'm appreciative of that too. So
Let's go into some of the comments coming in already.
yeah.
We've got Latanya. She's a support of the show. She has been one of my rocks, and I
Okay.
really appreciate Sora, Tasha, helping me out through everything. So shout out to you, Tasha. We've got Adam. What's good, Adam? He said, "Awesome content. Otis, keep up the
Hey.
good work. Thank you." See those little seeds of encouragement, man. And
Yeah.
we'll go into that, during our interview. But those little
Sure.
seeds of encouragement is what you need because every day you're going to find someone who is anti you,
True.
but what they feel about you is not any of your business.
Absolutely.
I'll say that again. And where I got that from, shout out to my second interview that I did was with Dr. Shabazz. He said to me, "Hey, what people think about you is not any of your business. You know your reputation, you know your work ethic, you know your worth. You run with that and you go with
Ab-
that."
and you can't take responsibility for their thoughts of you either.
Correct, correct.
So yeah.
So shout out to Adam. We got Star. She went to college with me. Aha moment. Yes, we spoke about the aha moment, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
And she said, "Wow, this is so cool, learning so much."
I
It's we are learning, and this is why I'm using this platform. I want to, celebrate people whose work I admire and those who want to share their story. This is all part of marketing. Marketing is super important to, get yourself out there. I saw a reading a while back. Someone said, you know, it doesn't really matter how good a photographer you are or how good a balloon artist you are or how good a singer you are. If you're really good at marketing, marketing is what sets you apart from the left and your right. So let's talk about your marketing. Obviously, social media is your thing, but what has also helped you in your marketing?
Sure. So my website has helped me big time, because we live, in this industry, and I guess even alluding to social media, in
Hmm.
this industry, we sell what people see. So
Hmm.
people need to see in order to really get an idea of, okay, well, what am I purchasing? even if it's a mock-up, right? They need to see something in order to want to feel compelled to buy it.
Oh, by the way, what's your website?
Yes, www.LaMarvelous, as you can
Hmm.
see on my shirt,
I see.
LaMarvelousBalloons.com. Or
LaMarvelousBalloons.com.
Yep, yep. So, but yeah, I remember when I was in college, I didn't have a website. I was only doing university events. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a car, nothing. I wasn't trying to deliver nothing. I'm like, I got money right here on campus. Let me just stick with that. But when I started to take the business more and more seriously, I was like, okay, we need to invest in a real website. Okay, so I remember I had www.wix.site.slash
Hmm. Hmm.
balloon slash LaMarvelous. And I'm like, okay, we need to pay for a domain. We need to
Hmm.
really up this. So last year, I did a program with I did this business incubation program with Corner to Corner. Shout out to Shayna Berkeley,
Hmm.
Tiffany Acuff, and Will Acuff here in Nashville.
Hmm.
They um, they set some of the entrepreneurs up with some marketing MBA students at Tennessee State University for a
Hmm.
project. And I met with some of the students, and they were looking at some of my pictures from a shoot I did like a year ago to brand the business. And I had like on my work belt and like my some balloons or something, whatever. And my color scheme was like blue and red, and I had teal, and
Hmm.
I thought it looked okay, but when they saw it, they were like, what is this? Um, one of them even told me like I look like a handyman, and I was like, you have a point.
Yeah.
You have a point. Oh, Otis, I see you put the
Oh,
website down there.
oh, hold on. Did I misspell it? My bad. Let me fix
No,
that.
yeah, no problem. It's Lamar Villis with a V, VE.
Oh, the E. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good.
The
Yeah,
marvelous. Balloons.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. But no, I that same probably 2 months after when this year started, I did a
Hmm.
completely new shoot. In the picture that I sent you, I had on like my blue suit, I had on my tux with my bow tie because I
Hmm.
wanted to look like the type of client I'm trying to appeal to. So I said, okay,
Ooh, hold on.
ah,
Bring that back. Bring that back. Say that line one more time so that
I
people can
wanted
really
to look
understand
like
how that helps.
right. I wanted to look like the type of client that I want to appeal to.
Hmm.
Even the balloons that were like, I think I had like something made on the same order in my pictures. Even
Hmm.
the balloons that I had in the background, they looked a lot more formal, right? I'm like, I want to do more formal and like corporate events this year. So I need
Hmm.
to provide that in the marketing for LaMarvelous all around and overall. So yeah, I went and had professional pictures done here in Nashville. I
Hmm.
made up a piece. My line brother, he came with me, helped me set up and everything, and we took some
Hmm.
new pictures. You know what I'm saying? My ball look, I had my tux on, and we just took it on from there. And it has gotten amazing reception, amazing feedback thus far. With that website. So, but years ago, before I just had like a couple pictures up there, and my work belt and stuff like that, and it
Hmm.
it did good. But I think now that I've pivoted to really attracting the type of clients that I want, I needed to present that to them so that they could really see what we have to offer.
So you want to attract those that you want to attract. You want to dress appropriately. You want to act appropriately and be appropriate. Like, I'll tell you what, this whole setup thing that I got here, I wasn't doing this a while ago,
Uh,
but I wanted to I wanted to eventually get into audio visual work, which ironically is what I started with before I did photography.
Gotcha.
So I get what you're saying. You want to just be as appropriate as you possibly can. So when the opportunities come, you'll be ready. It's fun.
Absolutely.
It's funny how that works, huh? Those people who have those who prepare tend to have more luck.
This is true. This is
Hmm.
absolutely true.
Hmm.
And two, in the midst of that, I didn't lose myself in that, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, my name is attached to my business name. My name's
Yes.
Lamar, Marvelous. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? I want to add some of my own swagger to,
Hmm.
my business. So, I wear suits and stuff every now and then anyway. So I'm
Hmm.
like, you know what? I should incorporate that in my business. And I did. And you know what I'm saying? It's helped out a lot. It really has.
I agree.
Even
So
from the Pantone, like everything from the color schemes, all of that with a consistent look,
yeah.
it really has helped out a lot. So
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Let's go into, and well, I want to offer one more word, or maybe you could comment on it also.
sure.
A lot of us are afraid of success.
Yep.
When I say afraid of success, um, you know, your market that you're working in, it's a somewhat niche market, right?
Yep.
As in, it's not something that you tend to really think about a whole lot until you actually need it.
Right.
And there's not a lot of us in that specific niche market. So you have hooked it around the neck, and now you're running with it. You've invested yourself as far as your name into your business.
Hmm.
You've kept real with yourself, and now you're continuing the success where people see a smile and people see a name and people see the work, and you're just making it happen. You're not afraid of that success as it's coming your way now.
Absolutely. And I still get. I was just talking to, and she's probably watching right now. But I have
Hmm.
a moon friend who I keep in my corner. Like she critiques me at everything. Like even when I'm making a piece, she'll be there and she'll be like, "No, that's not LaMarvelous. You need to add
Hmm.
something here, or like." And I just secured a really big contract today, and I,
Congratulations.
thank you. And I was texting her like, "Whew, I'm scared."
Hmm. I got you. I got you.
Woo! This is huge. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God, this is a
Hmm.
pretty big deal. Especially in the times that we're in. I'm like, yes. But I'm like,
Hmm.
hmm. So even I mean, I'm a human being. We're humans. So of course, there will still be times where you'll feel like, did that just happen?
Am I
Or
deserving of this? Yeah.
right. Like did
Yeah.
that like
Hmm.
this is happening right now? But yeah, like I mean, that I think that's natural. But as you become more acclimated in your business, as you become, I guess, as you invest more in your business, as you become more acclimated, as you attract those clients that you want and so forth, it just
Hmm.
becomes a lot easier, because I remember I would have never imagined doing some of the gigs I've done years
Hmm.
ago. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, I guess that takes us to another thing, of having people in your corner who push you and will keep it honest with you and tell you what you need to hear. Or maybe if you don't want to hear it, but you need to hear it. But yeah. I'm really thankful for that, man. So,
You know, it's funny. Yesterday, last night, I made a status because I was thinking, man, Facebook is a hell of an echo chamber.
mm,
And, the status was essentially you need to have an honest group of friends to give you honest critique because having an echo chamber of protection is not really going to be helpful in the long run.
yep,
You know,
I agree.
it's what's needed, but it has to be of those that honest critique has to be from people that you respect and
Yep,
whose opinions that you respect, and those who are somewhat successful or are at the location where you're trying to go to.
right. Completely agreed. And it's important to have people like that in your corner,
Hmm.
whether it's for encouragement, the criticism. I mean, it
Yeah,
it all together it makes you better. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
And you can weed out who's being like a critic, like a real honest critic, and somebody who's just like, you know, like you
Yeah,
can tell the difference between a hater or like a critic. Like
you don't have to weed them out. They weed themselves out.
this, right, right.
You, you
This is
know, people weed themselves out. Those who are not for your best interest, they usually weed themselves out because give them time. A hater will always find a way to rationalize getting away from someone's love,
absolutely,
right? So
absolutely.
let's kind of go into some of the work that you've done, man. I mean, we've
Yep.
talked for the past 30 minutes has flown by like that already. So
It
let's,
has. It
yeah,
don't
it
even.
has. It's that quick. It's that quick. So let's go into some of your work, man. And just shout out to my man LaMarvelous. We're gonna talk. While we post it up, we're gonna have you just talk about some of the stuff that you got. Okay.
Yeah, sure,
All right.
sure.
Let's go into it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah, yeah. So this is So one of the big, or I guess one of the most popular designs that we've been doing now, and it's also a type of design that you see behind me. It's
Mm-hmm.
called organic balloon decor, which has been a really big trend for like the last, I guess, 3 or 4 years. And we had a really big install at a store here in Nashville called Kittenish, and
Mm-hmm.
they were like, "We need something for outdoors. It's our 1 year anniversary." And so I went up there. I went up to Kittenish. I met with the owner and a couple of the other folks there, and took some measurements and so forth. And this was difficult installing because it was cold. It was freezing outside,
Mm-hmm.
but we got it done. We got it done. But it was a fun project overall. I think the Jessie, her name is Jessie James Decker.
Mm-hmm.
She's a really well known singer. She owns a store, and her husband is a former NFL player, I believe. His name is Eric Decker, and
I
they
know
both
Eric Decker.
yeah,
Yep. Yep.
yeah. So they both own this store, and they also have one in Destin, Florida. I think it's Destin. Yeah, they have one in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, their new store here in Nashville turned one. So like, we need something big to celebrate. So yeah, I was happy. We were happy to be a part of that and to celebrate. So yeah,
Nice. All right,
yeah,
let's jump on. Let's see if I could do the next one.
yeah.
Here we go.
Oh yeah, one of my this so this is one of my favorite column designs. So this is for a baby shower
Mm-hmm.
for a young lady. She had like a little, smaller, intimate shower. She wasn't, she
Mm-hmm.
didn't want something too grand. She was like, but we need something that looks good. So we went ahead and hooked her up with some of our Roman columns with her color scheme. So
Okay, that's
yeah,
really nice. Really
yeah,
nice.
thank you. Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the next. Ooh.
Oh yeah, my friends call this purple rain.
That's
So
dope. That's dope, dope,
So
dope.
we've been working with a lot of destination management companies. So
Mhm.
and going back to corporate clients, or someone who will although the company may be based in Florida, if they're having a sales meeting or something in Nashville, they'll reach
Mhm.
out. They can find us on Google, so they'll just reach out, say, "Hey, we have an event coming up, and we are in need of balloon decor." So this
Mhm.
was for a company. I can't remember the name, but it was for a company who was having a sales meeting
Mhm.
at the one of the hotels over on West End. You know where West End is.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, so we went ahead and got that set up for them. It was a stair piece. They were hosting like some type of intimate lounge setting or something going up the stairs. So we're like, we need something really big and grand to lead people upstairs. Actually, I pitched this to them because they weren't thinking about doing something for their staircase. And when we
Mhm.
got to the consultation, I'm like, well, you have a really large staircase here. I really think we should do something here to help lead the guests up the stairs so that they know that the event is upstairs. And when I sent a mock up of this, I sent a mock up first. They were like, let's do it. So, yeah, kind of just sold it that way.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
jump on the next.
Yeah. The little choo choo train is a
Mhm. Mhm.
picture frame for Fisk, actually. I think it was for career development, and the theme was somewhere centered around a train. I don't remember the exact theme, but they wanted a frame, like a picture frame, for the
Mhm.
students to stand behind and take photos for the events that week. So we just created up a 2D um, picture frame for them so that they could have that and take pictures that week. And it lasted the entire week for their events, so it worked out pretty well.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Next.
One of my favorites.
That's dope, man. I just love that color scheme right
Yeah,
there, man.
yeah,
I love
thanks,
that.
man. Yeah, so this was one of my first biggest gigs ever. It
Mhm.
was for the 3686 Entrepreneurship Festival here in Nashville, and this is only one of five pieces. We have five different sites downtown Nashville that we had to do,
Mhm.
but this was one of my favorites. So, um, yeah, that's their color scheme. They sent us their color templates, and we just matched it up with what we had with the
Mhm.
different colors that we could do, and they approved it on like quickly. Like, yep, this is what we want. So yeah, this was one of five designs that we provided, but they had all organic style designs outdoors. And they loved it, man. And we've already secured a contract to go back and do more work for them. So excited about that. We'll see how I don't know. They haven't communicated with me yet because the convention was supposed to take place in August. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But we did secure that for whenever it happens again in the future. So looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Check this one out.
That's this right here.
All right. All right. That's
Yeah.
dope.
a lot higher. So that is actually in my home. So a couple weeks ago, I did a "Don't Rush" challenge in the midst of all this going on, and this is the
Mm-hmm.
piece that was featured in that challenge. So we did some sapphires and some pearl blues, of course, with the hints of silvers, and you see the tassel on the side there.
Mm-hmm.
My decor is already blue, and I was like, let's just go ahead and do a blue piece. And as you see, it has not come down. It's gonna stay up here for the long run. But yeah, man, that was a fun piece to make. And I also did a fuller video with some other balloon artists, male balloon artists, and they also did some pieces as well in their homes as well. And we all kind of contributed and did a video that way. So that was pretty fun.
That's dope. Real dope.
Yeah,
Check
yeah.
this one out.
This is for General Mills. They wanted a balloon wall. So let me back up. General Mills is one of my favorite clients. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me just start there. I met this lady named Miss Marva Johnson. So sweet. And ever since I worked for her the first time, she's like, just keep coming back. She keeps like every time she's like, just come back.
Mm-hmm.
We got more gigs for you. We want you to work this out for us. So um, last year they had a big retirement party for their retirees,
Mm-hmm.
and she really wanted this wall. And I'm like, okay, well we could do you a wall. And I suggested to her, I think it would be a good idea to have some uplighting up there. The hotel provided those, but I was like, we need to have some lighting up there to show off your wall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she loved it. I mean, it was a great statement piece, and it lasted for like 2 months after the event. She took
Wow.
that wall and took it back to the plant and allowed it to stay in the plant. And they have been using it for pictures and everything afterwards. So she texts me like, "Oh, this still up." I'm like, "Really?" So yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, man, yeah.
Excellent. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorites. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
this was for Tennessee State, which is also one of my university clients here
Mm-hmm.
in Nashville. They had an alumni event, and basically they didn't know what they wanted, so they kind of gave me free range to kind of just think of something. But they knew they wanted something incorporated with a basketball. So I was like, okay, I think I have something in my head here. So I kind
Mm-hmm.
of sent them a photo of like a mock-up of what it could potentially look like, and they
Mm-hmm.
were absolutely thrilled with the finished product of this. So yeah, that's always going to be a favorite, man. I love how that came out. So
Excellent. Excellent.
yeah.
This one.
This is recent. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a challenge called the 1 Million Bubbles of Hope Challenge, started
Mm-hmm.
by his name is Stephen Jones. Shout out to Stephen Jones. He's in the industry, and in the midst of the pandemic, in the midst of everything going on, the challenge was started to kind of spread hope and to spread joy to those who may be walking around, or me. I live in a very high traffic area. People are walking their dogs, jogging, and everything. So um, the goal of the challenge was to put something outside, build something outside of your home, as a reminder to people that when they see this, that everything's going to be okay. And so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just do a rainbow, and did a rainbow, lit it up at night. We kept it out for the entire weekend, and there were people who were honking their horns as they would drive by, people with their children, grabbing photos and whatnot. And it was definitely a rewarding experience to know, that you're helping somebody get through this with balloons, right? So
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent. 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 Hold on. Let me go back on the thing.
yeah.
And is that it? I
I
think
think I
I
think
think
that
that I think that's it, man. That was a great. Oh, hold on. We got
oh,
one more.
love this piece. So this
Hmm.
is what we call our LaMarvelous. Okay. So I had and this was again another client who had come to me. She didn't know she was planning a bridal shower for her daughter,
Hmm.
and she didn't know what she wanted. And I'm like, okay, well, we just introduced our LaMarvelous, our custom LaMarvelous.
Hmm.
Let me sell this and let me see what she thinks. And she loved it. She completely gave me free range of the design. She knew she wanted greenery. She knew she wanted to include something in there that says, Mrs. So I said, well, how about we do like the Miss to Mrs. somewhere in the loop. And originally, I practiced it, to make sure that it came out right, because this has become a new trend as well. They call it bespoke decor.
Hmm.
And I was like, I put the letters on the side at first, and I was like, no, that don't look right. But then I draped it from the center. I was like, this is it. But yeah, she loved that, man. And this is one of my favorites as well. I love that piece. And the LaMarvelous has been, I guess, a staple for us here at LaMarvelous. So it's been pretty
Excellent.
cool.
Excellent. Do we have another one? Oh,
Oh,
yes, here's
we
another one.
so I apparently I sent plenty of pictures. I didn't know but
It's all good. It's all good. Go for it.
but yeah, this one is from BB. So we from that festival that I talked about earlier. This is two of the five that we
Hmm.
did. This was for BB King's. One of the meetup spots for the festival was at BB King's downtown. So we designed it to be completely vertical, and I intentionally designed it to go on the right side because if we put it on the left side, then we would be dealing with fire code issues, and if something were to
Hmm.
happen, people wouldn't be able to get out or get out easily. So I'm like, no, let's move it over, and we'll do it that way. But the
Hmm.
client was actually absolutely thrilled with it, and it was a perfect statement piece because as people are walking down, they can clearly see where to go next because they see all of the balloons. So yeah, that worked out perfectly, and yeah, they loved it.
Excellent. Let's see. And I think this
We,
is the
we
last one.
we keeping them coming. Okay. And this one, this was I guess, my very first celebrity event. So Miranda Lambert had a concert here in Nashville, and her one of the event planners was planning her after party.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, cool. He reached out to me back in like December. I don't think the event was till like February. No, he
Hmm.
reached out like November, but the event wasn't until like February. And I didn't know at the time it was for her. I just I just thought, I'm like, okay, sure. He gave me the budget. He gave me what he wanted. I'm like, sure, we can design something similar. So he said it's a casino themed, and he's like, we need some dice and we need some other figurines. So we designed
Hmm.
some dice for that. And then a week beforehand is when he's like, oh, by the way, this is for Miranda Lambert's after party. I'm like, who? What? So
Exactly.
it's like, okay, cool. So yeah, she was here on her wild card tour, and I had the pleasure of doing balloon decor for that, and that was a fun experience too. But also the networking part of that was pretty fun too, to kind of get in the room and kind of see, who works at the arena, and kind of get that going like that. But that was fun too, so I enjoyed that.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
So let's. I mean, bro, you're killing it. You are absolutely killing it as far as the work that you've done and everything like that. We got some new comments coming in. Let's add
Oh,
them on. The
sure.
comment said, two small business owners on exchanging ideas, on marketing, on tending to clients, and achieving results. I like this. Man, look
Hey.
here. Shout out to Soares, man. Soldier buddy of mine for my enlisted days. Shout out to you supporting my thing that I got going on, man.
Yeah.
And we got one more. Oh, that's cool. Who's this young lady? Xavier Toussaint. I think that's my wife. Shout
Hey.
out to you, babe.
Hey.
Thank you. Thank you. But I gotta just say, man, you're definitely one of those shining stars out there as far as small business owners. Your personality matches your work, and we want to celebrate you, give you a shout out. In closing, I want to allow you to just promote or share whatever it is that you got going on so that the people will know.
Yeah, sure. So again, throwing social media out there. You can follow us on Instagram at LaMarvelous Balloons, on
Hmm.
Facebook LaMarvelous Balloons. As you see, the website is below.
Hmm.
But I guess last words to anybody out there who's looking into into any business. Know your worth. Remember who you are.
Hmm.
And it is okay to invest in your business, right?
Hmm.
I think because I'm younger, I have a higher risk tolerance. So, I don't mind, I might take some cash and might invest in something or, invest in some supplies, try something out, or whatnot. But I'm okay with that because scared money don't make money. At least I don't, that's what I believe.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah, man, remember who you are and know your worth in this business or in business in general. And don't be afraid to get out there,
Hmm.
but uh, you have to jump some way. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think if I wouldn't have made that shift last year with wanting to take my business more seriously and wanting to really attract my clients, I probably wouldn't be here today. So I had
Hmm.
to take that jump, and I was glad that I was able to go to that convention. You know what I'm saying? To be around other like-minded professionals, to really
Hmm.
grow. and to really see what my weaknesses were so that I can improve. So yeah, take time, grow. And to those of you who are in the midst of this pandemic, um, my heart
Hmm.
is with you. During this time, take this time to be innovative. To think about things or ways to be innovative. I know that we have a lot of shutdowns and things going on right now, but there is. I am an optimist, so I do believe that there's a way to be productive some way. Whether it's preparing for the aftermath, because let's be very clear, at least in my industry, although it may not happen quickly after the pandemic, I do believe that this industry is going to surge because people are going to want to have events and everything again. So,
People gonna wanna get
ab-
out and just. I'm telling you.
absolutely,
Hold on. I know you're sharing a point, but this is a point that I thought of.
yeah,
I'm telling you, those parties, those people drinking and celebrating and just oh, it's coming.
it's coming.
Once this dies down and subsides, it's coming. So best believe it's coming.
Yeah, it may not be, and like I said, it may take time for it to come back. I don't think it will happen quickly, right?
Yes.
It's going to happen, and you really should be looking at yourself and like, okay, is my business in position right now to be
Mm-hmm.
ready for that when it happens? So,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's finally getting that website started, whether it's finally getting that social media started, whether it's streamlining all of your processes to increase profits or to
Yeah.
make work more efficient, think about that, because this is going to end. And when it's over, are you going to be ready for that?
Ooh, it's coming.
It's
It's
coming.
coming, brother. It's coming.
Yeah.
We, I just want to say, hey, shout out to brother LaMarvelous doing his thing. We got one more comment coming in from Keisha Durham Phone. Do you know Keisha?
Hey, what's up, Keisha?
There you
Yeah,
go. She's supporting you.
that's my.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, yeah. She owns a balloon business, Blown to Perfection, actually out in Cincinnati, Ohio. So if
Okay.
there's anything out there in Cincinnati, support Keisha. She does great work as well.
Hey, that little thing you just did there, that little gesture right there. I want to just implore to everyone who's checking out this, our thing.
Mm,
There's no shame, and it will benefit you in the long run. Promote your left seat and your right seat.
absolutely.
Promote it.
It,
It's going to do nothing but support and improve in your own business as well.
absolutely. Great sportsmanship. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's nothing wrong with that to
Hmm.
show support. And yeah, it will help you in the long run too. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? So I agree with you on that. Absolutely.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, hey, brother Lamar, we're gonna call it a show. I really appreciate you showing up, and
Yeah.
come on whenever you can. Come on again. Let me know so we could talk some more. It doesn't even have to be about balloons. Let's talk business and anything like that.
Yeah.
I think people enjoy this interview here.
Hey, yeah, it's been an honor, Otis, and I
Mhm.
commend you on what you have going on and what you're doing with this platform. So thank you again for the opportunity.
Hey, no problem, no problem. You take it easy out there, okay?
All right, brother. You as well. Thank you.
All right. So we're done for today. Lamar was an absolutely dope, interview and everything like that. So, of course, if you're going to be getting into your business, as Lamar said, invest in yourself, invest in the time that you have. Don't be afraid to succeed. There's a niche out there, there's a market out there. We've got our own flavor. Bring your flavor into your market and make it happen. Point blank and period. And as I say with every show, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and take care of others. Peace.